How's it going, everyone? Mountainspyder here for another video in the Pokemon TCG series. So today is going to be a bit of a fun one because I'm going to be picking up a new theme deck for the theme deck challenge. So I've been looking at getting either the Sun and Moon Soaring Storm, the theme deck with Dragonite, or I'm looking at the Laser Focus deck, which you've actually seen on the channel. And I must say I'm quite keen to pick up the Laser Focus as I feel like I need a Psychic deck. I've got 295 Pokepoints left, so it's not too far off getting the other deck anyway. So, with our brand new deck, let's go and jump into the versus ladder. I've got high hopes for this deck, so I'm hoping we're able to progress through here quite quickly. Oh, wait, cancel. Let's jump into the Laser Focus deck. Let's start playing. Not in the mood for another Enchanted Echo deck. If you didn't see the previous video, I showcased Enchanted Echo, which is quite an older deck from the X and Y series. It did not perform as well as I was hoping. It didn't end up going very well. But let's look at the Laser Focus deck. So like I said before, these videos and this series is really focused on showcasing the different Pokemon theme decks out there and try and see what theme deck suits you the best. I think let me go second because I want to get the first attack off. I think I do prefer going second. Not a fantastic start, but not bad. So check for up to 3 basic Pokemon, put them onto your bench, then shuffle your deck. Okay, that's actually fantastic. And then Mumble. Wow, that's actually really good. And I'm not terribly worried about that Slugma. I know I'm going to go down, so that's fine. So discard a card from your hand. If you do, search your deck for a Psychic or Dragon Pokemon, reveal it, put it into your hand, and shuffle your deck. This deck's got a lot of potential. I'm liking this. So let's play... Let's see... Oh, I should play Lily. Oh, that was a mistake. I should have played Lily. Okay, let's go for the Mysterious Treasure. Well, now Lily's pretty much useless. Actually, let's rather go for Cynthia. And let's bring out the Necrozma, because Necrozma's broken. Actually, no, I don't want Necrozma. Let me rather bring out... Because I can bring Necrozma out with the other Pokemon. So let me bring out the Malamar. Rather. And now let me go for first contact. Okay, the basic Pokemon I want to bring out are going to be Inkay, Type Null, and Necrozma. And now my bench is pretty much sorted. So as you saw when we were playing against this deck, and as you can see right now, this deck has a lot of fetch mechanics. And that is something I really do favor when it comes to these Pokemon decks, is a way to get your answers out. In my opinion, there's no use having a good answer in your deck if you can't actually bring it out. And these types of decks which really get it going quickly are that much better. Okay, Stampede, whoop-de-doo, good for you. Okay, now we can get the Malamar going. And we can actually evolve the Sylvelia as well. Okay, this is looking really strong already. I actually don't want a Tauros on the battlefield. I don't really find the need for it. So let's start powering up... Actually, I want to get Pokemon Fan Club out, just so I can start getting cards out of my deck and into my hand. Next Pokemon, we're going to draw a card. I'm never going to use that. I wouldn't mind a second Inkay. And let's go for another Type Null. So the other Necrozma is one of my prize cards, which is something to keep note of later down the line. Okay, let's get these two down, just in case I draw the evolutions. And I think, let me get... I don't know who I want to get going. Which prize card your opponent took on their last turn? They both take just as long to get online as the other. So let's go for... Let's show off Necrozma. He's the main focus of this deck. And let's just do a Mumble, because why not? So as I said, this deck's got a lot of draw mechanics and a lot of fetch mechanics. And that's... If that's something you favor, then this deck really is for you, because you can do a lot with this deck. As you saw now, I've basically pulled out all my win cons. The only problem with that is that if you get a lot of this momentum going and you're not able to do anything, which is what I'm a bit scared of now because my opponent's got a very strong Macargo down already. If you lose that steam too early, you're going to be in quite a bad position, which is my concern at the moment. Is that I've got a lot of this momentum going, but I can't actually do anything with it, which is something I'm quite scared of. But I think I'm going to be okay because I have Malamar. Malamar allows me to fetch the psychic energy from my discard pile and put it back onto my Necrozma. Oh, from my bench Pokemon. That's actually a mistake on my side. I thought I could do it on my active Pokemon as well. It's only dealing 50 damage, and I'm dealing 30 less anyway. So we go for the barrier. Let's get Necrozma down. Let's load up the Necrozma with as much as we can. Let's get Malamar's Psychic Recharge going. I definitely want that. And I'm going to put it onto Savali. Okay, Lily. Let's get Lily going. One of the first times I'm actually using Lily. None of these are going to be much use. I might actually be using Cynthia very soon. And let's get this going. Barrier attack. So I'm only going to be taking 20 damage next turn, which is quite good. And the nice thing with barrier attack is the trigger is essentially on Necrozma, so it doesn't matter if your opponent swaps out. Because, for instance, if you look back to when we were playing with the Enchanted Echo, the Enchanted Voice deck, with Clefable's Moonblast, it states that the defending Pokemon deals 30 less damage. Which then, if your opponent swaps out, if your opponent switches out and then basically retreats back in, so they bounce the active Pokemon back to their bench and bring the active Pokemon back into the active status, they then essentially get rid of that special effect. Whereas the nice thing with Necrozma is that that effect is onto Necrozma. So as long as Necrozma stays as my active Pokemon, he'll be taking 30 less damage. And there, only end up taking 20 damage. Which is not a problem at all. So, let's get another energy down on Necrozma. I don't really feel like any of these cards in my hand are going to do anything. I'm actually going to go for Cynthia. Because this is a pretty dead hand. There's nothing in it I really want to see. Let's see what else I can bring out. Okay. Got a Bugcatcher, which lets me draw 2 cards. Bugcatcher is a fantastic supporter card, because you can draw 2 cards off it, and then draw 2 more if you end up getting lucky. So let's get rid of this Macargo as soon as possible. My opponent does have an Entei on the backfield, which is a little bit scary. And hopefully he's not able to get the Entei online yet. It's the Eruption, which is what I'm really scared of. I don't think there's a way for my opponent to get 2 energies attached this turn. I may be mistaken, but as far as I know, he can't do that. Okay, let's see what happens. My opponent's deck is... So this fire deck with one Entei is a lot of fun because you've got a lot of sorting your deck. So you, with the Macargo, what it's allowing you to do is essentially search your deck for a card and put that card on top of your deck. And that combo is very well with Entei's Eruption, which each player discards top card of their deck and the attack does 60 more damage for each energy card. Now with Macargo, what you can do is you can essentially dig for an energy card, put the energy card on top of your deck, and then as soon as you flip it with Eruption, the attack ends up dealing 140 damage. So it's a bit of a combo you need to get going, but if you can get that combo going, it's very strong. Unfortunately for my opponent, it looks like they didn't actually have an energy card to attach to Entei. So Entei is in a little bit of trouble now. Okay, there's the second Silvally, which I wanted to see. Let's get that evolution going. I don't need to use Titan Laser just yet. Now, Special Laser won't actually knock out this Entei. What I think I'm going to be doing is actually going for a barrier attack. Just to knock him down to 100 HP and then next turn go for the Special Laser. As I would rather try and protect my Necrozma as much as possible in case my opponent can get a Fire Fang out right now. Fire Starter gets it to your bench Pokemon. Okay. So this Blaziken is charging up a little bit. Blaziken has 150 HP, so unfortunately I can't go for the barrier attack followed by a Special Laser. So with Blaziken out, I'm going to be taking a little bit more damage, but it's not the end of the world. I want to say nice thing is that even if Necrozma goes down, I can bring those energies back with my Malamar and just load up these Silvallies with as much energy as I need. And I can start getting those air slashes out. Okay, hopefully I can get through this burn. Okay, I was really hoping to get rid of that burn. I tend to be rather unlucky with that. There goes the second Malabar. Once you get these 2 Malamars on your bench, whatever energy you have in your discard pile, you can just bring back. You've got such an energy recycling system, it's absolutely amazing. So let's get rid of the Entei. Most likely what's going to happen now is my opponent will bring out the Blaziken, charge of the Blaziken and get rid of my Necrozma. Which again, it isn't the end of the world because I got the Sylvally coming in, which will deal very nice damage to my opponent's Blaziken. Thankfully my burn is now gone. And if you have any stage 2 Pokemon on your bench, this takes down 2 more damage. Okay, that's going to be a little bit unfortunate. This Heracross will be taking out my Necrozma, which is unfortunate. I didn't actually realize that this Heracross had powerful friends. So if you have any stage 2 Pokemon on your bench, this attack deals 90 more damage. It's going for 120 damage from this Heracross for 2 energy, which is amazing. So a good play from my opponent's side right there. And let's get our Sylvally down into the field. Now, I'm really hoping to get my second Necrozma out from my prize cards sooner rather than later. Okay, now we can see what the power of this does. Energy recharge. Let's bring back an energy card, and we put it onto Sylvally. So unfortunately, I do have 1 Necrozma down, which is a big problem because that's one of your 4 main heavy hitters in this deck. 2 being Necrozma and 2 being your Sylvallies. I have lost one of my essential big hitters at the moment, which is a little bit scary. It's not a position I like to be sitting in, and I'm most likely going to be losing the second one very soon. So I'm hoping to get out. There's Necrozma. Okay, that's what I need. Now I'm in a relatively good position. My opponent does unfortunately have Fire Stream, so he can discard a Fire Energy from this attack, or from this Pokemon, to deal 20 damage to to each of my opponent's bench Pokemon. It's a bit unfortunate. Luckily, he won't be able to take my Sylvally in one shot. So I'm actually going to hold out on playing my Necrozma, basically until my opponent's at least done 1 Fire Stream. Because I don't want to be taking unnecessary damage onto my bench Pokemon. Because I'm fairly certain my opponent will go for discarding a Fire Energy to get the 20 damage across the board. It's a pretty good idea. I don't see why they wouldn't do it. Shame my opponent's actually failed twice with Timer Ball now, which is unfortunate. It's something you never really want to see. So again, if there's any theme decks you want to see, please let me know down in the comments, and I can then purchase that deck and show it off on the channel before you end up buying it. Okay, there's a special energy, which is nice on Necrozma, as then my Necrozma will be able to one-shot anything my opponent plays down, which is where I really do want to be sitting. I'm actually not going to be using Malamar's ability just yet, because I'd rather bring those energies back onto my Necrozma. Now, I don't really want to give my opponent a prize card for no reason. I'm going to be using Tate and Lisa to swap out, and swap into the other Sylvally. Simply because I want to try and draw the game out as much as I can in that sense. Again, it's normally a pretty good idea to not give away too many prize cards. Okay, because this Sylvally can take this next hit. Okay, my opponent is charging. My opponent's bench is getting quite scary. Now, if my opponent's able to get out a second Blaziken, this Firestarter is going to load up their bench completely with energy. So I need to keep this pressure on. Oh, this is a nice card. Draw 2 cards and flip a coin. If hits, if you play this Kylie from your hand, you put the card back into your hand instead of your discard pile. It's a lot of fun. If you get lucky with it, you can essentially play it every single turn, because you've got a 50% chance to bring it back. Now, my opponent unfortunately did get out their second Blaziken, which means they've got a lot of energy going. So I need to get my damage out as soon as possible. And I need to shut down these Blazikens, because they're just wrecking my bench, and it's starting to become a serious problem. Unfortunately now, oh, this is bad, because the second Blaziken is going to come in as soon as I knock this out, which will KO my Sylvally. I don't really want Malamar to go in, because Malamar can't actually do anything. I'm going to have to play Necrozma down and just take 20 damage. Okay, let's get Necrozma down. Let's get the special energy onto him. And let's start loading him up with energy. I think now, because the other option is actually to swap out the Silvally and use Barrier Attack, which will reduce the amount of damage Necrozma takes. But then it's essentially getting a free swap in. Yeah, no. Let's just go... Because the problem is my opponent's going to be knocking out both Silvallies next turn. So I'm really going down to the wire now. These Blazikens, the fact that Blazikens didn't damage my bench is a serious problem. Okay, Tapnor doesn't really help me at this stage of the game. The nice thing, Necrozma coming in, Necrozma will O-hit KO the Blaziken. And my opponent... The only issue is my opponent's Heracross will O-hit KO Necrozma. Which means this is going to be a very tight game. Because, so this attack's going to knock out also Silvally and my second Silvally. Which means Necrozma will come in next turn. Necrozma will knock out Blaziken. So I'll be down to 1 prize card. My opponent will be down to 2. His Heracross will come in, which will knock out my Malamar. And my opponent then wins the game. Because then it'll turn out that my opponent does Powerful Friends again. Actually, no, my opponent can't do Powerful Friends. They don't have a stage 2 Pokemon on the bench. I'm actually okay. So if my opponent doesn't play a stage 2 Pokemon, which they shouldn't be able to, I don't think they have any more Blazikens, and they won't get a Blaziken out in time anyway. I might actually be okay. Okay, let's just get this down so I can have a bit more power on my bench. I want to load up these Malamars because why not? Actually, let me rather load up the Tauros. He's got a few more hit points left than these Malamars because they've already taken 60 damage, unfortunately. Those Blazikens are strong. Damn. Okay. As I said with this deck, you should not have energy problems. Basically, once you've got one of your Pokemon that have been knocked out, you should not have energy problems because you're able to recycle them so well with Malamar. I'm a bit disappointed I wasn't able to get the momentum I was hoping for with this deck. I didn't do enough early game. But I think I've recovered alright. Because my opponent can't do Powerful Friends, I'll be able to knock out this Heracross this turn. That should be game. I'm not sure why my opponent didn't charge up the Entei. Yeah, I'm actually not sure what happened there. But so far, yeah, there's the yield. Okay, that was a fairly good game. Oh, finally completed my challenge. Brain Drain. Okay. Ah, cool, got a new booster. So let's go and see. I actually got a very nice energy card from that. Okay, so knockout with water Pokemon and knockout with grass Pokemon. Fortunately, I can't do anything with the deck I have at the moment. But I'll go back and do these most likely off screen or with another one of these. Oh, for now you can select to take daily challenges. Well, I'm going to select that one. Okay. That wasn't bad. On 397 Poke Points already, which means I'm very close to getting a new deck. Which I most like to pick up the Dragon deck just so I have 2 of the new ones. Let's actually pop out the collection and see what I got from that game. Received some my new booster. So for those of you who don't know, to open these packs, you go to collection, you go down to packs, and you can then open your boosters there. They don't actually, this isn't very well explained in the game, but yeah, it is really easy to get to it once you know. But starting up the game, it's not exactly explained very well. That's a very cool Hitmonlee. Special combo, you can take only if your Hitmonchan used Hit and Run during your last turn. This take does 90 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. It's very difficult to get off though. Let's see what the nice card is. Oh wow, I've got Eevee and Snorlax as GX. Ooh, that is very nice. This Pokemon has at least 1 extra energy attached to it in addition to this attacks cost. Draw cards until you have 10 cards in your hand. Wow, that's very nice. Dump Truck Press. If your opponent's active Pokemon has an evolution... If your opponent's active Pokemon is an evolution Pokemon, this attack does 120 more damage. Wow, this is very nice. And attach energy from your hand to one of your Pokemon. That's a very nice tag team. Might actually, so I haven't actually made any decks yet. it is something I need to look into doing. I have only played theme decks so far, which is a lot of fun. So laser focus, let's go for a second game. Laser focus is a lot of fun because, like I said, I enjoy decks that allow you to get your mechanics out. I enjoy a deck that allows you to get your answers into your hand as soon as possible. I don't like having answers in your deck because you're not using them. It doesn't help having all these fantastic cards. And this laser focus really is laser focused onto getting your Pokemon out there. So let's get type null down because I've got a Silvally. This is quite a strong opening hand. So turn 2 I'm going to be able to get Silvally out. Okay. I got no bench Pokemon. I'm okay with that because I got Lily and I got a Bug Catcher, so it's not the end of the world. Not a bad opening hand for my opponent. Okay, let's see what happens. I actually have a Lily on the first turn, which I need to remember to use Lily on the first turn. I always forget to use Lily on the first turn, which is rather bad. Okay, let's see what happens. Type Null has got some quite nice damage out. I've got a Malamar in my hand already, which is fantastic. Dedenne is never going to do anything. Let's get Lily out. Let's see what I draw. That was actually a mistake. I should have played Energy first. Oh, I got too excited there to finally play Lily that I messed up. Okay, Dedenne I don't want. Because I should have actually played Dedenne and I should have played Tauros and up my Energy first to get more value out of Lily's draw. That was quite a big mistake on my side because I would have gotten 2 more cards. Because I actually drew the Tauros. I would have actually drawn 2 more cards there, which is a big mistake on my side. But unfortunately, nothing you can do about it. You can only move forward. Okay, let's keep this pressure going. Oh, that's very nice. So I need to keep this for the Necrozma that comes out. Let's go for Bug Catcher. Hopefully I get lucky. Did not get lucky. Only got 2 draws from that. Again, it's not the end of the world. I'm still quite happy with that. So let's evolve into the Silvally. And let's start getting some pressure on. As it stands right now, I do have the board advantage. I got quite a lot of board pressure on my opponent. I'm not terribly worried about them charging up Chinchou, even if they've got the evolution in their hand. It's not something I'm terribly worried about. Okay, Pokemon Fan Club. I can now get 2 Inkays down. Ooh, I've got both Necrozmas. I'm actually going to get 1 Inkay, 1 Necrozma. Because I want to at least have 1 Malamar out. And Necrozma really is a win con, which I want to be seeing. So let's get Silvally going. Let's get Avenging Heart out. There's no need to use Air Slash just yet. I'll rather keep Air Slash for the next turn. I know I can bring energy back with the Malamar's Pokemon Power Psychic Recharge. But if I don't need to use it, I don't want to use it. So this is a card that you didn't actually see in the last game, which is U-Turn Board. This is an absolutely fantastic, fantastic item. It allows your retreat cost to go down by 1 stage. Your retreat cost is 1 less, and the best part about U-Turn Board is that if this card is discarded from play, you return it to your hand instead of your discard pile. This card does not go away easily. Oh, there's second Inkay. That's quite convenient. It makes it very difficult to deal with this deck, because you can constantly swap out the cards, your active Pokemon, and you're not losing a lot of energy with it. Again, it enables you to just keep up the energy game. It enables you to just keep up the pressure with your deck. So let's go for Lily, because why not? That's an okay draw. I've got enough energy in my hand now. And let's start getting this pressure down. Let's go for an S-Slash. Again, I have quite nice pressure. I hope my opponent that they've actually got the evolution for Chinchou. Lantern. Because if they don't, they're going to be in quite a bad position. Again, I feel bad. My opponent is using an older deck, which doesn't quite have the same pressure as the newer decks. Again, you're not guaranteed to win with the newer decks, but they're that much better. And there goes my opponent's yield. That was a very quick game, so I might jump into just one more, just to keep this video a little bit longer and to showcase this deck so far. So, Laser Focus has got 2 wins in a row. So, 2 games, 2 wins. This deck is 2-0 so far. Quite a good investment, as I'm able to get along this track quite quickly. I'm already on 449 Poke Points. So I'm going to be able to pick up the new deck relatively soon. And hopefully I'm actually going to finish this challenge. I've got 12 days. I'd love to 3-star this. I'm hoping to get quite a few videos out on the weekend and quite a few more games out where I can actually spend most of my day just gaming and getting TCG games out. So this is going to be a mirror match, laser focus against laser focus. I'm surprised it's taken this long to get a mirror match out. Okay, my opponent's going to be choosing who goes first. My opponent's going to go first. I think I'm okay with that. Not a bad start. Again, I could Lily in the opening hand. That's 3 games in a row of Lily in my opening hand, which is fantastic. Now I just need to remember to actually play all my cards first. So I need to get energy down and I get U-turn down before I play Lily. I always get so excited to play Lily that I forget to actually play Lily correctly. Okay. So my opponent probably actually went for the better play, which is return. Because you draw cards until you have 6 in your hand. Rather than having type nil out in the beginning. Because type nil is going to be taking damage for no reason. So looking at my opponent's start, I think my opponent actually had the better play there. Especially considering I have a U-turn in my hand. A U-turn board. I actually do think my opponent had the better play there. So that's a good thing to keep note of. Dedenne is actually not a bad Pokemon to have as your active Pokemon on your first turn. That's something to keep aware of, because I'm taking damage onto type null for no real reason. And I don't mind my Pokemon getting just 1 prize card. So, that was very close. So, let's go. Energy first. U-turn second. Lily third. There we go. Finally got it right. Okay. Let's go Mysterious Treasure. Let's get rid of a energy card. And let's get a Necrozma down onto the field. So I think an opening would actually be better having a Mesprit as your active Pokemon or having Dedenne as your active Pokemon. I think those are much safer starts. I don't really want to play Mesprit at this stage of the game. I don't really want it taking up bench space. Yes, I do have a good deck. So do you. Considering we're using the same deck. Now, my opponent's actually in a better position. Because they're going to be getting damage off onto one of my win cons, whereas I'm getting damage off onto basically a useless Pokemon. That is very scary that my opponent's able to get the special energy onto their Necrozma already. Yeah, it is much better having Dedenne down. Okay, good thing to know. Whole reason we're doing these video series is that you can learn how to play these theme decks properly. I'm going to make mistakes. This is literally my 3rd game with this deck. I played Hero already. Okay, let's go for the treasure. I've got 2 Malamars down already, so I wouldn't mind getting... Let's just get a Inkay down with this one. Again, it doesn't really matter because next turn I'm playing Pokemon Fan Club anyway. But I'd rather get Inkay out sooner so I can get an evolution going, just in case. I haven't seen an evolution, I haven't seen a Silvally yet, which is a little bit scary. I was hoping to get Silvally out. I was hoping to get Silvally out sooner. I was really hoping there would have been a KO there. Because the longer my opponent has to charge up their Necrozma, the worse off I'm going to be. Okay. The issue is my opponent's Necrozma doesn't have a weakness because they've got weakness guard energy. Mine doesn't. I don't really want to be going into a Necrozma because it will get knocked out in 1 turn. So I'm actually in a rather bad position here. I must say, my opponent playing Dedenne as the active Pokemon was very clever. It's a big mistake on my side. So, playing with this deck, don't start out with your type nulls. Because now my opponent can essentially sweep and they know they've got the pressure. My opponent has 1 energy in their hand. With a Cynthia, they should draw into an energy. My opponent's able to get Special Laser going. And I basically need to stall out until I can get my Necrozma onto 3 energy. Well, 3 energy with one of those being the special energy guard. Because until I have that, I can't actually go into Necrozma. Oh shame, my opponent didn't have another energy. Okay, there's the Silvally. I am very happy seeing Silvally right now. Okay, let's get this going. That Silvally is an absolute lifesaver right now. Being able to get an air slash off, which will be able to slow this momentum down a lot. So let's get an Inkay down. Let's get a Necrozma down. Okay. Do I have my special energies? Okay, they're both in my deck, which is something to keep aware of. I'm okay with that. Okay, let's get this going. Okay. Inkay and Necrozma. Unfortunately, the Silvally is not long for the world. Okay, let's get this going. Let's charge up, and let's get Necrozma getting online. Silvally is not long for this world. He'll most likely be going down my opponent this next turn or the turn after it, which is unfortunate, but there's not much I can do about it. Okay. There goes Silvally, unfortunately. The problem is, it's not going to knock it out. I'm actually going to be playing a Dedenne. I need to stall out. So what I actually need to do is get Malamar charged up. I need Malamar charged up, I need second Necrozma charged up before I can do anything. So let's get some just token damage off with the Dedenne. Get some get some cards in my hand, which is what I desperately need. Okay. Now Necrozma's charged up. Let's get U-turn board out onto Dedenne, because why not, just in case I need to get a retreat out. I think I'd actually rather just get him out right now. Let's actually retreat into Necrozma. Let's get Special Laser off. So I was thinking of actually using Dedenne and keeping Dedenne in. Because I actually forgot I had the second Malamar in my hand to get the energy onto Necrozma. The thing is, that play worked quite nicely because Malamar doesn't let you put the energy onto your active Pokemon, only allows you to put energy onto your benched Pokemon. And that's one reason why the U-turn board is so powerful, because I'm able to just play a Pokemon, load it up with the energy, use U-turn board. So, what the play I had there was play down to Dedenne as my active Pokemon, use the Malamar to charge up Necrozma, and then get Necrozma onto the battlefield. Because my Necrozma would have only had 2 energy down if I'd played him as my active Pokemon, which wouldn't have been enough. Now that, damn, that's unfortunate. Now that I was able to sit on the bench for 1 turn longer, I was actually able to charge it up a bit better. So let's get my second Necrozma going. Again, I still really want to be seeing that energy guard, considering I'm going up against a Psychic deck. Being able to get rid of my Psychic weakness on Necrozma is going to be essential for picking up the win for this game. It's going to make it a lot more comfortable. Okay, now this... the basic Pokemon again, I don't really want that. Only issue is there's no way to search for Silvally that I can think of in this deck, which is a tad unfortunate. The only way to search for basic Pokemon, which essentially covers the rest of your bases. I have gotten quite lucky these last 3 games getting Malamars out quickly. My opponent's clever now, they're going to actually charge up a Malamar to take out my Necrozma. Don't know why they didn't use their Pokemon powers there, because surely they have energies. They got 3. Not sure why they didn't charge up, they might be waiting for something else. Okay, let's get Bug Catcher down, hopefully we get lucky. Again, we did not get lucky. Let's start getting Malamars going. I've got no energy left in my discard pile. I'm okay with that. Nothing in my hand to do. So I'm actually going to be going for Barrier Attack. So I can take a little bit less damage with Necrozma. There's no reason going for Overkill Special Laser. I don't get any bonus from it. Again, drawing energy. Pretty meh at this stage. I'll at least be taking 30 less damage from this Berserker Tackle, which is always convenient. Again, don't overkill unless you need to. That last turn I could have gone for Special Laser on the Dedenne, which wouldn't have done anything. and then this turn's Berserk attacker would have KO'd my Necrozma. By going for Barrier Attack, which still would have knocked out my opponent Dene, I'm able to reduce the attack of Berserker's tackle by 30 damage, thus preserving my Necrozma for one more turn. Be aware of what your opponent is going to be doing on their next turn. If you don't need to overcommit, don't overcommit. Play it as safe as you can, and give your opponent as much respect as you can. Basically, don't disrespect your opponent. They can always win a game. No matter how good your deck is, if you take too many bad plays, you can still lose the game. Never ever disrespect your opponent to that degree. 2, 4, 5. I'm not going to get much value out of Lily, but I'm not going to get value out of Lily either way. Alert Headbutt. If your opponent's active Pokemon is GX or EX, attacks base damage is 30. I think right now that's actually one of the better Pokemon I have in my deck. Okay, nothing I can do here. Unfortunately, not even going for Barrier Attack is going to preserve this Necrozma. So I think let me go for Special Laser. I would have liked to preserve Necrozma because unfortunately Necrozma is going to go down next turn to the Malamar that's coming in. Nothing I can really do about it, which is unfortunate. The nice thing is I'm actually going to be going into my other Malamon on my next turn because I don't want the chance for my second Necrozma to go down. As it stands right now, this Necrozma is my only other win con until I can get a Silvally down, which is a little bit scary. I am only down to 2 prize cards, so I'm very close to closing up this game, but I need to keep this pressure going. I need to keep on... Oh, they can just go into 1 Energy Mumble. No, that's actually a really good play. Rather than actually sacking that much more energy. Good play from opponents out there. Confused me for a second. Let's get that going. Okay. Get my energy onto the Malamar, which actually matters. Let's get the Psychic Charge going on my second Malamar. Actually, I'm going to go on Gabchus. I think Gabchus is actually a better play in this sense. Okay, Gabchus is now ready. Sorry, Gabchus deals 90 damage. I'm not weak to Psychic, which is a big bonus. Again, my opponent's not weak to Gumshoes, but I'm okay with that. So let's go for the Psychic Sphere, which will KO the Spirit. This Malamar will go down the next turn. But no matter what my opponent's play is next turn, because they're going to have to swap in this Malamar most likely, Malamar will come in, Necrozma will come in, and that'll be the end of the game. Unless my opponent's super lucky and has another Necrozma with a Special Energy Weakness Guard. Is the only way I can see them actually being able to live for one more turn. Okay, that's the U-turn board. That was part of what they needed. No, that's nothing. So that's game. So far we have 3 wins with this deck. Yeah, 3 wins. We 3-0 with this deck. So like I said, if you're looking for a deck that's going to get you easy wins on the versus ladder, well, not easy wins, but if you're looking for a strong deck for the versus ladder, Laser Focus is one deck that you should definitely look at. It's designed very, very well for getting your win cons onto the field very quickly and keeping those win cons fully charged. This deck has a very, very good energy mechanic and a very, very good fetch mechanic. It's a lot of fun to play with, and it's a very reliable deck. You're not worried too much about your draws because there's so many fetch mechanics. If you're looking for a very reliable deck, and a very fun deck at that, try looking at Laser Focus. So, Laser Focus so far for us is 3-0. I'll most likely be doing another video with this deck to showcase it even further. But again, if you've enjoyed these videos, please do consider liking and subscribing. It really does help me out. And again, if you want to be seeing any theme decks, let me know what theme deck it is. I can then pick it up and we can play with it a bit on the channel to see if the theme deck is for you. If you want to be seeing how some of the older decks perform, let me know. I can do an older theme deck challenge and we can give a try with that theme deck and try and pick up some decks and hopefully we do better than the Enchanted Echo deck. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I had a lot of fun playing. I hope you enjoyed watching it. And yeah, until next time, cheers. Enjoy.